Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Zach, and this is Preschool Storytime at Hudson Public Library. Thank you so much for joining me today. All right, so just like every week, we are going to get started with some recommendations. So these are some books I've picked out from our collection that I think you'll like. This week's theme is big trucks. So let's see what we've got today. All right, so the first one up is Dino Trucks, and that's Trucks with an X, and that is by Chris Gall. And I feel like the title for this one really speaks for itself, but as you can see right there, it's basically a mix of dinosaurs and trucks. So if you've got a kid that loves trucks and you've got a kid that loves dinosaurs, this is absolutely perfect. It makes a lot of great jokes. The designs and the illustrations are great. So you can see like this one is a Cementosaurus, and it's a mix between like a Stegosaurus and a cement truck. Just fantastic illustrations in this one. Just really goofy, really fun. Alrighty, so next up, we've got Little Blue Truck. So I know the theme is big trucks, but this one's just such a fun book. I wanted to include it too. This is by Alice Schertle. And so this is the story of Blue, who is a truck, and he's got big rig pluck, is what they say. So that is, this truck goes and carries these animals and goes through all of these obstacles, drives through the mud. It's really fun. All right, so here is a classic story about the little guy being able to compete with the big guys on here, but with a little bit of a twist. So this one is called Elbow Grease, and this is actually by John Cena. And yes, that John Cena. And so this is a monster truck who's actually smaller than all the other monster trucks, and he's able to compete in all these obstacle courses and on the track, and just really cute illustrations, just really cool. It's a great story. All right, so here we've got the next one is Super Truck, and this one has really cool, very simple illustrations, like you can see here. So it's all about this little truck who basically steps up when everybody needs to depend on them. So it is a really fun story, just really great message in there too about what you can accomplish if you believe in yourself. All right, so next up, I've got a couple nonfiction ones, and both of these are older, but they're still really neat. So this one, if you just love looking at pictures of just massive, massive trucks and other rigs, this is a really cool one. So this is Monster Trucks and Other Giant Machines on Wheels by Jerry Bushy. Oh, I think I forgot to say the author for this one. This is Stephen Savage. Sorry about that. That was the last one. So this one is Jerry Bushy Monster Trucks, and it's got monster trucks, but it's also got some really cool ones. Like on the cover you can see here, this is actually the rig that helped to transport this space shuttle. You've got things like platform loaders, just really neat stuff. So if you've got somebody who loves construction equipment, this one has really cool pictures of those. Anybody who's into things like Tonka trucks, this one is really fun to look at. I think my favorite is still, though, the crawler transporter for the space shuttle. That one's just really cool. So if you've got one that loves space and one that loves construction equipment, then you might be able to get them both interested in this one. All right, and this is a little book all about big trucks, and that's exactly what it's called. It's called Big Trucks, and this is by Mary Kate Doman. And so this is a really simple vocabulary one. Would be great if you've got a beginning reader who's starting to read things on their own. Really simple words in this, like big trucks carry boxes. Things like big yellow trucks and big green trucks do big jobs too, with nice illustrations on that as well. So good one for early readers if you're getting them started on their own. That's a great one too. All right, so that is all the books that I'm recommending for you for this week. Remember, the theme is big trucks. All right, so I think that it is now time to get started with the main part of the show. So let's go. Hello, hello to you and you and you. Hello, hello to you and you and you. A big hello, a small hello, a hi hello, 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 hello to you and you and you. Hello, everyone. So, in case you were one of the people who skips the first part and jumps right into this, my name is still Mr. Zach. This is Hudson Public Library's preschool story time. All right, so I think I've been sitting for a while. You've probably been sitting too, so you know what that means. It's time for us to get a little bit of movement in. And so for that, I've got the magic die here, and I will roll it to see what we will do. So let's see what it says we're gonna do this time. All right, I rolled a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like the number of corners on this side at least. So that means that we are gonna do a stretch. All right, so everybody get up with me if you can. And remember, big people, you can always join in the movement part of this too. All right, so what you're gonna wanna do is just try to reach where you can, stretch out. There's no right way to do this, there's no wrong way to do this, but I always think it's fun to try to reach up as high as you can. All right, so reach to the sky. And then after you do that, then try to reach down low, but still stand up if you can. So reach your toes. Can you touch your toes? I can touch my toes, but I know not everybody can. Can the big people in the room touch their toes too? All right, then maybe you could try twisting like this. I don't know about you big people, but when I was growing up in PE, they made us do these and they called them trunk twisters. You had to turn from side to side. I don't know whether they still do those. All right, so do a few more stretches. Get your arms above your head. See what you can do. All right, so I think that's good. All right, so what should we do next? I think we'll do a finger play. So I know the theme for this time is trucks, and so that makes me think of other big vehicles and things like that for transporting stuff. So that made me think of trains too. So if you like big trucks, you might also like trains. So let's do a finger play on trains. All right. So if you haven't done a finger play before, you've got to remember that you just need your hand to do that. And so I'll go through it with you, and then we'll do it a couple more times after that. So it's just a simple rhyme, and you'll have your hand here. So you'll just wiggle your fingers as I go through them. This is a pretty easy one. So here is the engine on the track. Here is the coal car just in back. Here is the box car to carry freight. Here is the mail car, don't be late. And way back here at the end of the train rides the caboose through the sun and the rain. All right, so now I'm gonna do that again without pointing at my fingers, and I'll just wiggle them. And I'll try not to wiggle my other ones while I do that this time too. So here is the engine on the track. Here is the coal car just in back. Here is the box car to carry freight. Here is the mail car, don't be late. Way back here at the end of the train rides the caboose through the sun and the rain. All right, let's go through that again. All right, get your hand ready. Wiggle your fingers all just a little bit. All right, so here is the engine on the track. Here is the coal car just in back. Here is the box car to carry freight. Here is the mail car, don't be late. Way back here at the end of the train rides the caboose through the sun and rain. And then there's all my fingers. Okay, I think that was great. All right, so Next, I'm going to do a little bit of a nursery rhyme puppet show here. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about being creative here. So if you like stories and you like nursery rhymes, you can always think about what you like about them, and then you can try to make some of your own or change them up a little bit. So I'm sure that everybody, well, maybe not everybody, I'm sure a lot of you have heard the story of Little Miss Muffet sitting on her tuffet, and that goes on. So I decided I would take that basic one and change it up just a little bit. So we've got our character right here, who instead of Little Miss Muffet, I decided that her name, there we go, is Little Miss Flest. I think that sounds like a good name for you. What do you think? Yeah, she thinks so too. All right. And then we'll see who the other character of my story is. So instead of Little Miss Muffet, now we're going to see what happens to Little Miss Flest. Little Miss Flest was in her house trying to rest when up came a mouse into the house. So Little Miss Flest said, "Ah, what a pest." All right, so that was really short, so I think I'm going to do it again. All right. Little Miss Flest sitting in her house trying to get some rest when up came a mouse. Look at that mouse scurrying around into the house. So Little Miss Flest said, "Ah, what a pest." All right, that was it. So you can do your own there. If you hear stories that you think are fun, try retelling them in your own way. So instead of a spider, I did a mouse, and instead of a tuffet, it was a house. So I just think that's a fun thing that you can do there. All right, so I think it is a little bit of a shorter one this week, but that is okay. So again, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Mr. Zach. This is Hudson Public Library, and this is Preschool Storytime. So now I will give your day back to you. Thank you. Bye.